I'm talking about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 5 episode 7. Um we just gonna talk about it. I ain't gonna tell you how I feel about it. We just gonna talk about it. Anyway, it starts off with Carly and Tommy meeting up. Let me put these notes right here. It starts off with Carly and Tommy meeting up because Carly heard, Jocelyn told her what Tommy had said or whatever. And it was an irrelevant ass conversation. And I get where both of them is coming from as far as Tommy saying, Jocelyn is, I mean, not Jocelyn, Cardi is going to keep sticking to this. I never talked about Jocelyn bullshit when everybody know you have said something about her, whether it was, oh, she really wasn't your friend or she hurt you or whatever. You did say something about this girl, so stop saying that you never talked about her. um and Tommy called her out on that. Then they talked about, I guess basically Cardi being messy and telling stuff, and she was talking, Tommy talking about something. It was just irritating. The whole conversation was irritating to me. But basically, Tommy was telling Cardi like, you talk too much, and sometimes that shit can get you hurt, and sometimes you just need to basically keep your mouth closed. So Cardi was like, okay, well, if I know something, I ain't gonna tell your ass either. And basically, bitch, yes, I do know something that I was coming here to tell you, but I'm gonna keep it to myself since your ass don't want to know. You know, Tommy felt some kind of way about that, but it is what it is. And I'm with that too. Like, okay, well, bitch, if I'm messy, you won't know what I know. So, hell, whatever. It was an irrelevant conversation. Jocelyn and Don go and looking at houses because her and Stevie is really haven't been talking because now that Don back in the picture, Stevie feels some kind of way. I understand totally where Stevie is coming from. Now, yeah, okay, Jocelyn might feel like, okay, that bygones be bygones, we cool now. But, oh, my fingers toe up. Just, if y'all see them, just excuse them. Um, but she was saying how um bygones be bygones, and we made up or whatever. But when you do that type of stuff and you involve other people in your conversations and in your drama, then you can't expect people to be back on board when you guys make up. That's why I always tell people when they argue, don't put other people in y'all business, because y'all done been and made up, but everybody else still feels some kind of way. And then Don have slung so much fucking mud that it's hard to come back and be her friend. But if that's what Jocelyn want, I think Jocelyn feel like she probably made a lot more money fucking with Don than she probably have with Stevie. I really think so. They talked about the whole KK drama and the whole release party with Tommy, and Jocelyn was trying to figure out what was Tommy's beef with um Don. And Don was like, I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? She coming at me talking about, do I know you? And I don't know her. So they started bringing up about KK, and she was like, oh, okay, now, I understand her why she got beef with me or whatever. She was like, yeah, I knew KK back in prison. She was like, but she was only there like 7 to 10 months or whatever she said. She said, but that was funny when she called her grandma KK. I fell out. But she is a grandma, so whatever. Um, but she was talking about how they met in jail and then they hung out a few times after they got out of jail, and then I guess KK stopped fucking with her. Something happened, but whatever. Y'all went y'all separate ways. I guess y'all really wasn't cool like y'all. People be cool in jail. When they get out, then they go their separate ways. Whatever. But apparently some shit was said on social media that made Tommy pop off the way she did. So whatever. They talked about Jocelyn and her friendship and how they love each other, yada yada yada, and like I said, how Stevie is mad about the situation. Stevie walk up in that motherfucker and is mad. He talking about, is I spelled something rotten, Dawn isn't here, she's a rat, whatever. But he was like, why are you fucking with her when she was the last time we seen her, she was throwing around receipts talking about we wasn't married and how I'm a cokehead and how I'm this and how I'm that. And and like I said, Jocelyn want to put that behind him, but behind her. But like I said, Stevie is not there yet, and I'm with it. But I'm like, Stevie, everything she said about y'all was kind of true. So you can't get mad when she throwing out shit that's kind of true. Maybe you mad because she told y'all secrets, but hey, what she said was true. You were on dope. You just mad because you had to go to rehab after that. So it's not that she was throwing out some shit that was just throwing out false accusations, throwing out lies about y'all. Y'all was high. Apparently, y'all still ain't married. I mean, y'all ain't got the money y'all say y'all got because apparently y'all was staying in a hotel when y'all came back. What happened to the house y'all had last season? And now y'all looking for another house. So, what did Don say about y'all? Just called y'all out on y'all bullshit after y'all dogged her. And like Jocelyn said, she owned up to it. Said she was in her head about some shit because, yeah, bitch was high. And Stevie was in her ear. So she turned on her homegirl. Um, but they arguing or whatever. And then he just started going off on Jocelyn about him being her manager and all this kind of stuff. And this is where I felt Jocelyn on this part because it's something about Stevie. He is very controlling. And it's something about that contract. He never wants to talk about that contract. He never wants her to see that contract. And I think that's why he don't want Don in the picture because Don is gonna make her see some things that Stevie had her blinded to. And I think that there's some things in that contract that he know that he don't have as much control over her than he say he do. But when she said show me a copy of my contract, he got upset. So whatever. Carly and Scrap meet up, and this is where I always try to see the good in Carly. I always kind of take her side on certain situations as far as her being messy because I always feel like people keep taking her info knowing who she is. So I don't be feeling sorry for those people. But in this instant, bitch, I don't give a fuck how you feel about Tommy, how you feel that she's a scallywag, she's a this, she's a that. Bitch, this shit that you just did proves what everybody say about you, Carly. It just really proved what everybody say about you, and I cannot take up for a thought like this. I can't have no kind of respect for you, regardless of you saying that lights have disappeared on you, bitch. You still in a relationship. You still with him. It it just showed. She just looked there really bad in this segment. But her and Scrap meet up after hours at her store to talk about business. Okay. They talking about her music and her record label and her Playboy and how she doing the show and how they talk about sex and she want him on this show and all this kind of stuff. All of a sudden he was talking about how he got this song out called I'm a Dog. Then that made him say I'm not a dog. Then he said he's not in a committed relationship and I'm like this is gonna go bad. Then he asked her about her man, and she was like, I'm seeing Life Jennings. And he was like, what do you mean by that? And that just made her get all stupid. And next thing you know, he kissed her. He put her up on her counter. It just looked distinct. And I just wasn't fucking here for it. And this is at the point where I was just like, I don't give a fuck which one do it, but I will be here for if Tommy or Tiara snatch her up. Like for real. And it's not even oh no, I don't know. It's just out of respect thing, like, bitch, you need to get snatched up, like for that. Anyway, I just wasn't here for it. It irritated me. Just nasty. And that's just what I wrote by that note. Just nasty. Jocelyn and K. Michelle meet up at K. Michelle new house. K. Michelle giving her all these scavenger hunt clues to come looking for her like they fucking. I don't know. It was stupid. K. Michelle got an 8-bedroom house, custom made furniture, a butler that you gotta take shoes off when you go in her house. Okay, but all that scavenger hunt, I was fucking over it. They talked about Stevie, and her music career and how they really ain't been together, how they've been doing things separately, and she's focused on her music. But K Michelle this is why they're friends. This is so why they're friends, because they both back to in Atlanta on some petty bullshit, on some get back. I'ma stun on these hoes. I'ma tell them this. I'm not here for it. I didn't care for it. I'm not that bitch that be like, yeah, tell them, oh yeah, you prove them bitches wrong. Okay, but like Beyonce say, your best revenge is your paper. So why do you have to come throw things in people's face and invite people that you know ain't here for you, ain't rooting for your success? Why would you? I'm just not here for the pettiness. It's a lot of K Michelle fans out there. It's a lot of Joseline fans, and y'all here for this pettiness. And I don't understand why, but to each his own. I'm not here to come back and throw bitches in bitches' face. Oh yeah, bitches, y'all said I was alive, but let me show y'all. Y'all too grown for that. What do you teach your kids to act just as petty as you? I don't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm just not here for it. Whatever. I didn't care. Okay, you got your third album coming out. Good for you. All this shit about me. I didn't. It was petty. Stevie and Mimi meet up, and he's telling her, he's venting to her about Joseline and how they not getting along and all this bullshit. They talked about Chris and how Chris ain't feeling, how all that shit went down at that damn party, and she don't know how she gonna be able to get them back around each other because she ain't with that. But she brings up Don and the whole contract situation. I didn't care. This whole, like I said, y'all could tell I was really over it with this episode because it was petty, it was stupid. Um, I'm not with, okay, Mimi, you talking shit in your confessional about you, it's almost laughable and this is karma, but you over there feeding into this bullshit that he's throwing at you. Bitch, what he throwing at you because he know he can. He know he can come give you this guilt party and because he can. What, he can't afford a hotel room for a couple of days? I'm not with that. Oh, I need to stay with you for a couple of days. But I'm also a boss. I'm also a manager. I'm also this. But I don't have a place to stay. I don't get it. I can come back to you because I know how gullible and stupid you are. Like, come on, stupid. And then she talking about she got to talk to Chris and she got to talk to Joseline. And I'm like, I hope Joseline slap the fuck out of you and Chris dump you because you're dumb as fuck over Stevie J. You really are. Come on, you need a hug. Why? Because you want to hug him, dummy. Like, told y'all I ain't here for this shit. I'm just saying. Like, I just be over it. Joseline and Tommy, they meet up to talk about how crazy ass Tommy ass is. And she don't need to be acting like that and all that kind of stuff. And how she ruined her party and what's up with her and Don. And she was like, I just want to know what was up. You know, this bitch had my name in her mouth, so I just want to know what's up. So Joseline's like, you know, you have a reputation of ruining parties. My party, Mimi party. She was like, I do what the fuck I want to do. That conversation would have been over right there because bitch, when you tell me you do what you want to do, that's no respect for my party. I understand where Tommy is coming from. It's like your whole party was based around some fuck shit. But bitch, that don't mean you have to be the one to come to deliver the fuck shit. Um, and when she said that, Jocelyn was like, I understand where you coming from, but it's consequences to this shit. So you can't be doing that. Then Tommy started crying on cue and talking about how she was drunk and she's losing control, and I'm like, whatever. But I've seen it already on the blogs that she's an actress and she was hired because she wants to make a name for herself. So every time she crying, I just look at her like, bitch, you didn't take your medicine again. I don't give a fuck about her trying to be an actress. It just make you look stupid and not, you just look like a liability waiting to happen. So who would hire you as an actress or anybody that wants to be on set? I'm just saying. um But whatever, I didn't care. Carly and Scrap, they still texting each other, still fucking around. Carly meets up with Dime Piece to let Dime Piece know that she fucking with Scrap. And Dime Piece is like, are you fucking crazy? Like, this nigga got a crazy baby mama, a crazy ass bitch, and a most wanted ass mama. Why would you want to put yourself in that thing? And I was so here for Dime when Dime called her mother thought Risa because this bitch is not nasty. Just sick. But then, how bitch you gonna talk about her and then you turn around and say, oh, guess who been FaceTiming me? Lil Scrappy been FaceTiming me. And whoop, and I thought he's supposed to be with Bambi and whoop, and he say they Bambi broke up, but okay. Well, apparently you're fucking, and Mike Cardi said, bitch, we both fucking with Scraps. Because you fucking with a dude, with a bitch, and a crazy baby mama, and a crazy ass mama just as motherfucking well. So therefore, you, y'all both in the same motherfucking boat. Except for Carly probably done fuck scrapped a couple of times. I'm just saying. Um, Mimi and Chris meet up for her to tell her that Stevie in all his bullshit, and Chris basically say, you know what, I ain't got time for that bullshit. It was cool while it lasted, but you can have that shit with you and him. She was like, you this bitch over here naming some bitches that I don't even know. I don't even know these bitches, KK and Don, and it's just all circled around Stevie J. I ain't got time for that shit, and I was so here for that. Now time will tell if they get back together through the season. But I was here for Chris walking away from that bullshit. I wouldn't have stayed in that shit either because Mimi dumb. Um, K Michelle has a video shoot for Mindful. I have seen the video. I like the video. I like the song. It was a little different. It was something I wasn't expecting from K Michelle, but I liked it. I like, you know me, I like ratchet music, so I was here for it. Um, Carly Red is on the set to support her and stuff like that. Then they end up talking, and she's still on the petty shit, talking about who she there to stun on and all this shit. How she inviting all the ladies to her party. She give invitations to everybody but Dime Piece. And Carly, me, Dime was looking like, what the fuck? But I don't know. Maybe she looked at whatever Joseline was saying about her and then just stop being her friend. But you say that you don't get in the middle of shit and you Cardi friend and you Jocelyn friend, but you stop speaking a dime because of what? I don't understand why they not friends either. Maybe y'all know. I don't know. Um but yeah, it's just crazy how she just wants to invite people and all this bullshit and I don't care. Um Mimi and Arian they had his birthday party and Carly is there. She tells them all about the invites, and they all ain't fucking with her, but she ain't fucking with her. Nobody fucking with this damn party because they know it's gonna be on some fuck shit. So then, next thing you know, Bam come in with Chaz, her new boo, and they sitting there, and Rashida and Dime Piece walk up to them, and you know, she introduced them, and they like, oh, you know, who is this? She was like, we're dating. And all of a sudden, Diamond's like, oh, so y'all dating? Oh, so that's why Scrappy hit me up and texting me? And she was like, cool. He can do that. Good. And she was like, I don't know why you telling me this. She was like, because I can tell you. I mean, the way Dime came at Bam, I wanted Bam to get up and stump a hole in the fuck out of her. Like, oh my God, I just want her to drag her, beat her up. I was cracking up when Bam called her ass a bag of cotton candy because she just make herself look real stupid. There was no reason for her to do that to Bam and come at her, and it just wasn't like it was like for what type of situation. And then the excuse she gave of her being playful, I'm like, bitch, no, you were being messy. You're being petty, like the rest of these bitches on this show. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, season 5, episode 7. It's late here in Vegas, so but I want to get this video out. I hope you guys have a good night. Tell me what y'all thought about it. Like I said, I just felt like it was very, very petty. And I'll talk to y'all in the next video. All right, peace.